Rama, can you hear us? Perfect.
Hello, Nika.
Yes, so lovely to have you. And thank you for all the work you are doing in Iraq. So over to you to tell us a bit more how you're leveraging partnership in the complex situations that you're in. So over to you.
Thank you, Nika. Thank you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever like in New York and who is ever like joining us online. To reflect on this, firstly, this is Rama Baito speaking to you today from the Hook, Nuhadra in Iraq. I'm a part of an exciting peace-building program called JISRA, the Joint Initiative for Strategic Religious Action. In a beautiful coincidence, like Jisr in Arabic means bridge, we are supporting people to build bridges across faith divides. There are religious leaders and local actors in Iraq who are really hungry for peace. I was recently speaking to Imam Abdul Hakim Qasim from Al-Hamdaniya, which is a location that we implement Jisra in Nineveh Plain. He said to me that although he has never missed leading a Friday prayer in his mosque since 1997, for a dialogue that Jisra had organized, he arranged for another colleague to lead Friday prayers instead of him, as he personally wanted to attend this dialogue. It was a dialogue between Shia and Sunnis. Imam Qasim is not like alone. We have another example in Orta Kharab village in Ba'shiqa, which is a different location than Hamdaniya in Nineveh. There has been a lot of hate speech, fake news. The Shia had previously accused the Sunni of conspiring with ISIS to destroy Imam Hassan al-Mushtabah Mosque. The mosque, which is a Husseiniya, a place of worship for the Shias, it was destroyed by ISIS in 2014 before being rebuilt in 2017 after Mosul liberation. In June in this year, we worked with local faith leaders to coordinate a unified prayer for a small group from Sunnis and Shias. Like for a Friday, it was in a Shia mosque. Then in the following Friday, it was in a Sunni mosque, like for the second unified prayer. This was a significant moment, to be honest, as it was the first time since 2014 that Sunnis and Shias prayed together without any problems and issues. I believe everyone there and who is hearing us is aware that ISIS tried to wipe out not just like Yazidis, Christians, Muslims. They targeted all the faith and ethnic groups in Iraq. But the important thing is they also targeted the cultural history. They destroyed churches, mosques, other religious or minorities' place of worships, libraries, UNESCO heritage sites. So when we worked with Syriac Orthodox, Catholics, Chaldean, Christians in Ba'shiqa and Bahzane, the groups took time to visit a heritage museum and share local folk dances and art. It was a different initiative, which was significant that the group wanted to preserve the rich history and culture that we have. The communities that I work with are keen to move beyond dialogue to influencing policies. So I would like to use this platform to encourage everyone present to support human rights education in Iraq and to use the SDG targets to ensure that Iraqi laws are in line with international treaties. In the upcoming activities that we have in Jisra, it will be like interfaith dialogues. We are planning to, we want to communicate or to help the communities to draft a pledge document, to combat hate speech, which is like a serious issue in Iraq. However, the real work should start in the parliament and law enforcement. There should be laws and policies that address hate speech, and also the education curriculum should teach the young upcoming generation about human rights, SDGs, and freedom of religion or belief. I hope everyone listening can extend your support to this. Each of us can build a jisr, a bridge, and I hope you will join hands with us, as the CAPNI motto says, to keep the hope alive. Thank you. Thank you, Nika. Just like our colleague from Nigeria did, Priscilla, we also pass our invitation to Dr. Nazila and others to visit Iraq. Not only Nigeria. To add
Thank
on what our colleagues mentioned about engaging youth, women in FoRB, and I will try to make it short. Firstly, there was something in my mind to share about a poem which was from a Sunni youth who participated in a dialogue and a youth scout camp of Sunni and Shi'i. He addressed in this poem that he said, "My faith is Sunni, but I love you deeply," to Shia like Al-Hassan, Al-Hussein. I came eagerly to bless myself with you. My soul is devoted to you. This young person's focus is now on what unites rather than divides them. To achieve this kind of mindset change, the youth camp, what we organized, involves creative activities such as quizzes to help improve cross-faith learning, poetry. The participants also prepared a meal together, a lunch meal. The youth also invited, like by themselves, religious leaders, like one from Sunni and one from Shi'i, to speak about what unites them at this event. We can also travel back to Bashir and Bahzani, the towns I mentioned earlier. They have a large Yazidi population. We are working with women and decision makers among the Yazidis to enable women to be at the center of decision-making processes. Just like we have in Nigeria, we held campaigns to promote women inclusion and to have impact with local social council. Like the social council is a non-governmental institution that the Yazidi consider important to them in a local level decision-making. They have said that they are willing to provide the necessary support, like the social councils are willing to have women within those councils. And to also cover transformational story that we have with Kaka'is, which is Baha'is, Kaka'is. We have those in Iraq who are also, as Dr. Nazila mentioned in her first speech, about the second dimension, that those like Kaka'is and Baha'is and other minorities in Iraq are not practicing their religions, and they are not identified or recognized in the constitution, and they are around 200,000 Kaka'is in Iraq. They live in Kirkuk, Nineveh Plain. So in Kaka'is, we wanted to connect the women to policymakers. At the dialogues we held, women looked at the rights protected by the Iraqi constitution, international convention and treaties on women's rights, and also the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We invited a parliament member, a Kaka'i parliament member, Dr. Ahlam Ramadan, to one of the sessions. She was willing and she promised, and I think this is an ongoing process. She promised to open an NGO, a non-governmental organization for Kaka'i women, which will be a platform for them, to support and empower them. We have seen that working with women and youth accelerate the progress of not only peace and freedom of religion or belief, but also the SDGs. Thank you, Nika.